And here's a recap on how to do linear regression. This might be fresh in your mind, so I'll go over this pretty quick. But to do linear regression, you can use Google Sheets or your calculator, but we are more comfortable really with Google Sheets probably than our calculators. So you're going to have to enter the data I give you on your exam into a spreadsheet. I already have that done to save us some time, but I did have some of you guys asking questions on how to even get to a spreadsheet. You just open a new tab, and then just go down here. I always click on these, and then you would just go to Sheets, and then this is being really slow. Go to Sheets and then click New or Blank, and then it'll like open a brand new blank spreadsheet that you can start typing in. But again, to save time, I went ahead and made a spreadsheet, and I have my titles on here as well, but you're going to be doing this by hand, so it's okay if you don't have the titles. So again, highlight titles and numbers, and then click on chart. Computer's being slow. And we're going to have the charts come up, and it's already on scatter for me. If yours isn't, just make sure you click on chart type and make sure you click on scatter. All right, we want to have the linear regression. That's what we're asked to find. So if we go to customize and go to series, I believe. Yep. So series, trend line, click on that. See how the line shows up, but we need the equation. So keep scrolling down. So we went to series, trend line. Let's do the R squared and use equation, label, use equation. So now here's our equation. So you are going to have to write that on your paper. Y equals 3.54x. Oh, this is a picture because I can't type on it. I'll just type up here. So question A would be y equals 3.54x and plus 20.7 plus 20.7. And the R value, a lot of you guys were doing this backwards, is the square root of R squared. They tell you R squared is 0.717. So in your calculator, take the square root. That does not mean divide by 2. So a second square root of 0.717 is 0.84. I'll say 0.85. So our R equals 0.85, which is fairly strong correlation. That's what that means. Okay, so we just answered part A, 8A. B would be sketch the scatter plot. You guys could do that. And then finally, question C, and you scroll down a little bit. The predicted temperature if the crickets chirp 14 times. All you have to do for part C is plug in 14 to your equation. 3.54 times 14 plus, don't forget the 20.7. This is going to predict the temperature. And let's drop my calculator. 3.54 times 14 plus 20.7 is 70.26. And make sure you label that as degrees Fahrenheit. So that's how you do linear regression. Again, you're going to do this on paper on your final exam, but you would use Desmos, or not Desmos, Google Sheets. And again, you would just kind of sketch this, make sure you would write temperature on the y-axis, chirps on the x-axis. You can just kind of, randomly sketch the dots and, sketch the line, but you want to make sure you write your equation, y equals 3.54x plus 20.7, and instead of R squared, you find the R value, which is the square root of 0.717. And you basically use that to answer your final question where you plug in a value that they ask you to plug in. So that leads us to the end of our review. Please let me know if you guys have any questions.